Okay, this is the water meter video, but it also goes into drainage, and we make a couple lawn sprinkler notes as well. So, but this is the meter inside the parkway, between the parkway sidewalk and the curb. The home faces south. And the yard, you know, they've been irrigating it to establish a turf, a good strong turf. They've been doing that. And we've had rain recently as well, so we've got all those things going on. So the irrigation box is full of muddy water. And I'll come back and look at this again to see if I can get some kind of a determination, but at this point we just have to rely on the goodwill of the local jurisdiction having authority, the code inspector. We'll come on along here. And this is the closest exterior bib faucet to the water meter. Okay. Come over here. We're looking for between 40 and 80 psi. All right, between 40 and 80 psi. Looks like we got like about 61 psi, and we're going to leave that there for a little bit because you're supposed to let it sit for a while. So it gives me some time to multitask, okay? And the main water supply coming into the house. This is going to be a reoccurring theme here for this video, so let's just, inside the garage on the north interior wall, this is the main water shutoff valve to the house. So if you have an emergency, this is where you come. You come in here and you just turn it off like that. Parallel is on, perpendicular is off. I've just turned off all the water to the house. This is a pressure regulator, okay? You can adjust that and get a little more pressure. You can only get as much pressure as what is available. You can also adjust it to reduce pressure. And that's really kind of this keen operation. And it's inside the garage north interior wall, and that's the main water shutoff valve. I'm going to come along here. This is the front portico. House faces south. Okay, so this is the west side of the front portico. These are your main sewer cleanouts. It's a double cleanout. That's a good thing, because one goes this way and one goes that way. So you can run your snake or your auger or your rotor-rooter, whatever you want to call it. It's an auger. Any direction, and you never have a dead spot. So if there's a problem out towards the street, the auger goes in here and travels down there. If you have a problem inside the house, these are called double cleanouts. These are your main sewer cleanouts. When you have something that a plunger won't handle, you have something that's a little farther down the line than your drain sink, this is where you go. Then, over here, just go for the lawn sprinkler system here for a moment. I haven't found a weather sensor yet, but the jury's not out, but so far I haven't found one. This is your lawn sprinkler control, and we've got some instructions on watering here you might want to study. You've got a plan, do you? Really? You do? You have a plan? That's good. And the zones or the stations, depending on, some people call them zones, some people call them stations, but they're labeled right here. Looks like you got tree zone, see there? Okay, you got 8, all right, so you got 8 stations. You're supposed to have a cover plate over this. You're missing your cover plate. And this is a receiver for your weather sensor, so that tells me that there might be a weather sensor around. You've at least got half of the system installed. So that's for your weather sensor, if I can find it, but you're missing your cover plate. Let's come on out here. This is the main check valve for the lawn sprinkler system. Okay, you got 2 check handles so you can isolate it to work on it. Okay, so you've got all this. It's been lined with gravel, but see how it's washed up? You should have 3 inches of clearance underneath there so you can wrap your hands around these valves. Nobody can service these valves the way they're orientated. We need more space underneath those valves. This is what a typical zone station valve looks like, the automatic valves from the timer. And this is the main shutoff valve to the lawn sprinkler system. So you can turn that off and it doesn't help you at all. This belongs here. This belongs there. That's supposed to be so that you can turn off the water, the main water. You can turn it off and take all this out and work on it. Somebody got confused and they put the main shutoff valve on the wrong side, the back side of the check valve instead of the front side of the check valve. So that is technically that's incorrect. So we need more space underneath here. These valves need to be switched. It'd be nice if we could see that. We need a cover plate on our control timer. Moving on along. Recheck our plumbing. What are we running at? Yeah, just a little over 60. That's what we were here for. And while we're here, this is the gas entering the house. So it's entering the west side of the downstairs guest bedroom, and we can see that it's electrically bonded. That's a good thing. You see how it's all rusting right here? This needs to be painted.